What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and today we are behind the Juniper Studios. We're going to be checking out a couple of accessories from Jowua for the Model Y Juniper. The first thing I want to check out is this roof shade. Unfortunately, if you have a previous Model Y and you have a roof shade, you cannot use that roof shade on here because the rear has this like cutout area in the Juniper. Now this does come with a nice little bag with the Jowua logo right there. So whenever you're not using it, you could fold it up and you could store it in here nicely. It does come with clips and it also comes with a pry tool. These are fairly easy to install, but if you're not sure how to install it, it does come with a QR code that you can scan and it'll have an installation guide. Now both pieces, because it does come in two pieces, have these tabs on it with the label that says side up. So this is where you want your side to go up. This is the front piece right here, and according to the installation guide, you want to use your pry tool and insert the clips first along the headliner. So that's what we're going to do. And the front piece, they suggest to use 4 clips. These come with 12 clips and we're going to put 4 in the front. In my headliner, at least here towards the front, once I put the clip in, I could actually slide it around. There's nothing in there to prevent it. So yours may vary, but I want to put like 1 here and probably 1 here, and then 1 on each side, and see how that works. Now I don't need to use a pry tool for this part of my headliner because again it's kind of loose already, but all I do is insert that part in there and boom, that's it. And I could slide it around if I need to adjust its position. My headliner on the side isn't as loose as my headliner part on the front, so I'm going to use the pry tool to make it pop out a little bit so that I can insert these clips in here, and I can also slide it around to make adjustments. So I'm probably going to put it like right here. So they only fit one way, but also remember that the tab that says side up is where you want to have it facing against your glass roof. But basically you just line them up like so, and they're gonna just sit right on the clip. It'll rest on there. So the edges are flexible, so don't worry about a thing. And that's it. You got your front ones in. We are now in the rear part of the Juniper, and this is the part that I was telling you that's a little different than the previous Model Y. We're gonna go ahead and put the clips. I think I'm gonna do like 1 on each side, and probably 1 here in this corner and 1 in that corner. So let's go and check it out. Oh, this is looser here. This headliner is loose here, so I don't have to really use the pry tool there. Let's see. Yeah, this one's kind of loose too, but here you can't really slide it because this part right here, there's like a line. So I think that's where the headliner kind of stops because of this piece. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put the back piece in. Probably line it up on one side first. I'm gonna start with the left side and then work across to the right. Again, the sides do bend, they're flexible. So there we go. Maybe I'll use a few more clips, like maybe here in the center, this one right here. So I've only used 8 so far of the 12. So I can use one right here in the center. Man, that's loose. My headliner there is loose. Within spec, Tesla, within spec. So it's pretty simple install. The color seems to match okay. Now, right here where the two meet, you do kind of get this here. So in some roof shades that I've gotten in the past, they usually have a clip here where it actually covers it. This one doesn't have one. This is the middle part where the two meet. Yeah. So one thing I also noticed is it's not like a solid shade. So some light will come through, but we're gonna go for a drive in a bit and check it out under the sun. Hopefully I can get a good amount of sun. Kind of weird that we have an overcast day here in Southern California, but we do get them. But we'll drive around in a bit. Okay, so the next thing we're going to take a look at is the tempered glass screen protector. I've had Juniper for like almost 2 months, and yes, I'm still driving around with the factory plastic. It's been peeling and there's bubbles showing, so I'm glad Jowua sent this out so I could finally remove that plastic, that factory plastic protector. It's not really a protector, but it's mainly for like when they are during transit, just to prevent any unwanted scratches or damage or anything like that. But this is 9H tempered glass and extreme clarity, anti-glare, and fingerprint. What I love about these newer screen protectors is that they come with like a alignment frame so that you don't have to manually align it. So installation should be fairly easy. So this kit comes with 2 screen protectors, 15-inch for the front screen and 8 inches for the rear screen. So let's go, I'm excited. You're probably gonna love this part. All right, so this is what's inside. I love the packaging. This right here is for the rear. And we have a cleaning kit. And here is that helper tool to get it all lined up and everything. So we got some wet wipes. I'm gonna wipe down the screen. All right, so what you wanna do is you go under menu, you're gonna go under display, and you have the screen cleaning mode. Take the wipes, wipe it down, and just make sure, I mean, I shouldn't have any dirty screens or anything because I just took off the factory screen protector or screen plastic, but I'm gonna take this cloth and just wipe it, make sure there's nothing there. Yeah, we're good to go. I mean, yeah, there shouldn't be anything here. All right, so just in case you do need assistance, there is a QR code on this cleaning kit, the back of the cleaning kit package. And they do have a YouTube video, but it's fairly easy to install because of this. So you're gonna remove the film on the back. Now what I did notice is that there was like a label that says Model 3 and we have a Model Y, but it will still be the same for 3 and Y. Now that you have removed that back film, just line up. Now there is labels called top up here, so make sure you follow that. Now there may be some bubbles after, but they will go away eventually. Now you will use these outer tabs to pull it out, and you will be left with the screen protector. Just use the squeegee and make sure, try to get as many bubbles out, but again, it will eventually go away. If you're used to putting screen protectors on your phones, they are fairly similar. The bubbles eventually will go away. Once you are done, you hold to exit. There's a timer or a countdown, and there you have it. Ooh, I like the screen surface of this. Pretty smooth. All right. Now we're gonna go to the rear screen and pretty much repeat the process. The only thing though with the rear screen, it doesn't have this alignment tool, but it should be simpler because it is a smaller screen, unlike the big one up here. So make sure you do lock the rear screen display, and to do that, you just go into the car menu here, under display. Right below screen clean mode, there is lock rear display. Display lock is enabled. We're gonna remove the factory plastic. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get some wet wipes. Gonna clean it up a little bit just in case there's something that got in there in the factory. Take our microfiber towel, just clean that up a little bit. Take out the screen protector here. You have an up arrow and you have a back sticker. So this back, you peel it and you flip it, and that is your back. Then you take your squeegee and squeegee, 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 squeegee. There you go. I don't think there is a thing you peel out. There is no film on the other side, so it's just one side. At least I don't think there is. There's no other sticker. And that's it. Pretty simple. All right, we're gonna go for a little drive with the sunshade. We do have a slight overcast, but I want to see how much light does go in, because that's some things that I also consider. But yeah, because what I noticed is this is not as solid as the other roof shades that I've had in the past. But I think I kind of like that. I don't know. So we'll just have to see as I drive. I do like the color. It kind of matches the headliner. I don't know if it's an exact match, but close enough. And yeah, when the sun was out and before I was installing this roof shade, I put it above my head, and yeah, it does stop some of that heat. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I have a roof shade, is to improve that heat rejection. And initial impressions, yeah, it does do that. We're gonna go for a little bit of a drive. I wish there were that sounds weird. I wish we had more sunlight. It gets hot here, but yeah, the day that I needed more sun is the day that it's not cooperating with me. All right, we have a little bit of sun, but yeah, that's what it looks like as it peeks through the roof shade. So it does block some light, but unlike the other roof shades that I've had, it does let some of that sunlight come through. But as far as heat, I mean, it's not that hot today. Here's some footage from outdoors. Check out the color and some sunlight coming in. Yeah, as far as fit, I think it fits really well. I mean, the only two things that I'm gonna nitpick about is that part right there. That's between the front and rear shade. Maybe in the future they can put like a little clip that just sits in between to block that. But it's not going to like, oh my goodness, it's so hot in here because of that part. So I don't think that's gonna do that much. But yeah, and then this corner right here, I don't know what happened. Maybe just stretched a little bit during shipment, or I don't know, because that's the only part. Over here it doesn't do it, and all in the other corners it doesn't do it. So it may just be, I don't know what happened. But I'm gonna reach out to them and ask them what's going on with this part. But yeah, other than that, this is something new. Again, I'm gonna mention that it's not as solid of a like surface or material, so it does let a little bit more light in. So if you like that kind of roof shade, this is gonna probably be good for you. But we'll see. I'm gonna see how it is, if I like more light coming in or not. But the important thing is the heat rejection. Okay, so we have taken the new roof shade to our usual work commute, and a couple things to keep in mind. It is now October, and we're not having the usual summer weather that we've had with other roof shade videos. So we're actually floating like in the mid 80s still. So it still gets fairly warm. And so what Jowua has is the Eclipse. This is the Eclipse version, or not really version, but the colorway. It's called the Eclipse, and it closely matches with the headliner of the Model Y 5-seater. That's why I chose the Eclipse, because I wanted it to match the headliner. But they also have the dark matter. They call it the dark matter, which is the darker one. I think it's black. But what I didn't know until I spoke with customer service because of that wrinkle. What I didn't know is that the Eclipse is 2.5 times versus dark matter at 3.2 times cooling effect. So the darker one actually will do a better job. There's two reasons why I went with the Eclipse. Number one is I wanted it to match with the headliner, and number two, to me it's like, well, lighter color is a lot cooler than darker color. That's what I thought. But apparently with this design, so not by much, 2.5 versus 3.2 times. If you go on their website, they actually have some really nice comparisons between the two different colors. But yeah, so far I do feel a little bit of a difference without it. It does improve heat rejection. You know me, I love roof shades. It's one of the accessories that all my EVs have. The benefit of this thing having some kind of transparency where it's not solid is you can still continue to enjoy, I mean, looking up at the sky. It's not like very transparent, but you can somewhat see through it if you love that stuff. I don't, and I'm actually fine with just a little bit more light coming in. But I did contact customer service and inform them of my wrinkle, and I asked if they could just send me the dark one so I could compare between Eclipse versus dark matter. So they're gonna look into that. When I told them about the wrinkle, they were like, wow, that's kind of rare that that happened. So they're gonna look into it, and they're gonna try to get me a replacement. But yeah, Roof shades are dope. I love roof shades. So this is what Jowua has to offer, and I like it. Very easy to install, very easy to remove. That's it for this video. Thank you once again to Jowua for sending out the roof shade and the screen protectors, the front and the rear, for the Model Y Juniper Studios. Check out the video description for all of the links and possible discounts. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.